Alright, welcome to the We Like Dota League Season 1, the Intergenerational.
Dyer's ban.
It is match 10, and it is TD5 versus Team Youngbloods. My name is Last Allen. You can find me on Twitter at Last Allen. Joining me is Bunny. Hi, Bunny.
Hey, Last Allen. Good to be here.
Radiance ban.
If anybody wants to find me, you can find me over on the Reddit forum for the We Like Dota group. That's WeLikeDota.reddit.com.
Alright, also joining me is Bergability. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Dyer's
Yeah,
ban.
no problem. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so quick bans on the Razor and the Faceless Void. Razor is slowly working his way up there, trying to be more 100% ban rate here.
Only 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Both reasonable picks, though.
Yeah, getting rid of the void right
5
away. No one
seconds.
likes to deal with his ultimate.
Hurry.
It's very hard to deal with late game, especially when he gets eggs or refresher.
Yeah,
It's just
for
kind of,
sure.
it's ridiculous.
Radiance ban.
We actually already had a match where a Faceless Void rushed in
Dyer
eggs.
team are now picking.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, it was I think last night the whole Wombo combo thing going on.
Okay.
Yeah, their
So-
entire team had all the ults, like Tide Hunter and Faceless Void and
And it actually worked out in their favor.
yeah, I think so.
Oh
I remember
wow.
Oh, good for them.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Gotta look actually. I don't remember. I think it did, yeah.
that's such a scary combo to run, because if one of the ults just doesn't
10
work,
seconds
you're
to
in a
pick.
sticky situation. It's kind of hard to get back from that.
Radiant team
Oh,
are
for
now
sure.
picking.
Yeah, that's true. So did he sacrifice his, like, he didn't end up going with Battle Fury or anything? He just went straight Ags?
He went eggs first, but then he went back and picked up a Mask of Madness and stuff like
Radiant
that later
team
on.
pick.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going for a wombo combo, you don't necessarily need
Dyer's
the Battle
turn to
Fury
make
in the
all
void
wrong
ult.
choices.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have
Since you're
other
not counting.
people, if you have other people going in for the damage, like depending on how much wombo combo you have, the void necessarily he only needs to hit one target basically, and everyone else can worry about the other ones.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it looks like we have also Death Prophet and the Doom band out here. But Doom not really seeing much action in this league so far. I think that might be
10
one of the
seconds
first
to
bans we
pick.
have of him. Maybe second or something like that. But he's not
5
been
seconds remain.
banned really that much. I think he was picked once or twice. But we also have the
Reserve
Nature's
time.
Prophet coming in, the Skywrath, as well as the Viper. Viper we've been talking about a lot. He's pretty hard to counter in this league. It's a more amateur league, so he's also not getting banned out that much, which is part of the problem. I think if they don't want to deal with him, they're going to have to ban him out some more.
Yeah,
I
Maybe
suppose
more of a
so.
first ban.
I gotta say, I've never been afraid of a Viper. I don't, but, you know,
Well, he has
I
a pretty
think
high
he's-
win rate, though, now,
Dyer's
so...
ban.
yeah,
There-
but I think that speaks to more the, kind of the skill of play at the, at this scene. Once you get into the higher
Radiant's
groups,
ban.
Viper really isn't a problem.
Yeah, that's true. Got the Shadow Shaman pickup. Always great for the disable on the Shadow Shaman. He also has pretty good pushing power. We have the Silencer ban coming out as well, maintaining the 100% ban rate. True 100% ban rate on the Silencer
Only
so far
10
still in this
seconds.
league. It's great. No one wants to play against him.
Oh, is that right? He's never made it in?
Yeah, not once
Dyer's
yet.
ban.
And he's
That's
been
really
banned
funny.
out every single time so far.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
that seems so ridiculous. Because I mean, if you have someone that has hard initiation, I guess it could be bad if he casts his global silence at the right time. But for the most part, if he casts it and your team can just kind of back
Only
off
10
and wait it
seconds.
out, I don't know. I don't know if it merits the whole
5 seconds
100%
remain.
ban rate.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Also, I'm really surprised no one's just outright picked him yet.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I mean, how often is he first banned?
Not very often. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
ones
so they
that
can
I've
pick
watched
him.
of this league, it looks like he's usually in the
Radiant's
second
ban.
banning phase.
Yep.
Sure.
And we
I
have
think
the
that makes
Spectre
sense,
and the
though, too.
Lycan getting banned here. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, you wouldn't necessarily want to first pick a Silencer because he's kind of a counter pick to a heavy spell lineup. So I don't really see people doing that. So kind of makes sense that he's getting banned more than picked.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, Terrorblade.
Ooh, he's getting in
Dyer
here.
team
This is
pick.
gonna be fun. But it was probably a smart choice to ban the Lycan out. They already have the Shaman picked up, so their pushing power is really, really good early on. Couple
Yeah.
that with the Lycan, it'd be kind of scary. There'd be a lot of tier 1s going down right away.
Oh, for sure. Also, we have the Shadow Demon being banned out. I'm not entirely sure why they've chosen to do that. Any thoughts?
None in particular. He's just a good support all around, though.
That's very true.
10 seconds.
Just
to
haven't
Yeah,
seen
I don't
him.
really see it.
I haven't seen him played a whole lot, so I'm not sure on their
5
reasoning for
seconds.
banning him
Hurry,
specifically
hurry.
as opposed to another support at this point. But we never know. And maybe we
No.
could start doing like
Radiant team are now picking.
follow-up interviews or something. Figure out. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
not
that'd
sure
be
people would
interesting.
have interest in it though. But we'll
I'd
see.
be interested.
Anyway,
That's
Leshrac pick up as well. We have the Terrorblade we mentioned before. Haven't seen him whole lot in Captain's mode yet. He just made it in. Anyone know how he's doing? From what I hear in the competitive scene, he's mostly just being banned out all the
Yeah.
time.
The pro leagues, he's pretty overpowered. I mean, if you
Only
just let him
10
alone
seconds.
and he has enough space, he can get ridiculously crazy. But I don't
5
know. It
seconds
really depends on
remaining.
how early you shut him down, and if you can kind of take care of him early.
Yeah, kind of like a
Reserve
lot like
time.
Void in the same way if you can shut him down early.
Yeah.
Dire team.
The Shrek
pick.
pickup, another really good pusher. They got to be careful of that at this point. They could get
Yeah.
some really good pushes off here. Sven also getting into the game. He's becoming slowly more popular in the league, actually. Started off not many bans or picks of him, but now he's getting banned and picked all over the place.
He's really strong. There are a lot of really good lane combinations with Sven.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
yeah, I mean, being somebody who
10
punches
seconds
so
to
hard
pick.
and still having that stun, he's quite versatile, actually.
5
I'm
seconds.
actually...
Hurry,
Oops,
hurry.
go ahead.
How has he been ran in the league so far when you've seen him? Because you can run him support pretty effectively
Reserve
with his
time.
stun, and if you couple that with Terrorblade, that'd be pretty good.
He's mostly been run as a carry, actually. But
Okay.
I know what you're talking about as a support. He's actually quite good as a support. It's a good stun because it just has that little AoE aspect to it. So if they're clumped
Mhm.
together, he just kind of screws
Yeah.
up their plans.
Plus his Warcry is a pretty good utility skill for in lane if you need to chase. And
Yeah.
since he has cleave, he can kind of farm the jungle fairly early on and get some money for support items.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually wondering what role this Sven is going to be
Radiant's
then
bad.
as a result, because we do have the Nature's Prophet. I assume he'll be jungling. So I'm interested to see who's going to be in off lane here then.
The Prophet could be off lane if they wanted to run a tri lane maybe,
They could.
but I don't know. To be effective in the
Only
jungle, the
10
Prophet needs to be able to
seconds.
teleport early and try and get kills.
Yeah.
Especially since they're getting a pushing
5
lineup, so
seconds.
you need to
Hurry,
kind of counteract
hurry.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Could be, but Nature's Prophet can actually be a pretty strong offlaner
Reserve
if you look
time.
at the way that Admiral Bulldog plays him. He's,
Yeah.
He's actually very effective. Scouting with his treants, and he doesn't die easy. He's got some great escapes, and paired with a
Yeah.
couple of jukes, he's very survivable.
Especially
Yeah,
if you
and-
carry TPs as well. You can
Yeah,
just
and
juke into
depending
the trees
on-
and TP out.
Depending on who TD5 pick, if they pick a jungling
Dire's
hero at all to
bad.
try and couple with the support, if they pick a Chen or Enchantress, if Nature's Prophet is decent at micro, he could send in Treants, block the camp, he could pull the creep wave out and push the tower early, so there's a lot they can do with him.
Absolutely.
We also have the Wraith King pickup. So
10
I'm
seconds to
assuming
pick.
with Shadow Shaman and Leshrac, he's going to be more of a carry-ish
5
Wraith King.
seconds
We've seen
remain.
him played a lot in this league as a support so far, but I would assume he's going to be more of
Reserve
carry
time.
here. We also have the ban of the Centaur Warrunner. Possibly trying to ban out some offlane heroes, maybe? Not sure. Any thoughts on the Centaur Warrunner ban?
Maybe just trying to get rid of initiation. I mean, as of right now, TD5 doesn't really have too terribly much.
Yeah, that's actually probably right. They don't have much initiation other than maybe Wraith King stun. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, Shaman could kind of go in with the wards, but that's not really like hard initiation. It's not anything
Yeah.
like a Void or a Centaur just jumping in and stopping everything.
exactly.
Right.
I wouldn't. Speaking of that, I wouldn't rely on the
10
Shrek
seconds
to.
to pick.
He does have the stun, but I wouldn't rely on that for
Oh, yeah.
initiation.
Radiant
Definitely
team
not
are now
reliable.
picking.
No.
I don't know. The Youngbloods don't really have too terribly much initiation either. The Sven can go. He can work if they get a good stun off, but
Yeah.
they don't have anything crazy either. So it'd be interesting to see what they pick up. Since Earthshaker was banned too, that'd be a great initiator.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely need to both get someone who can initiate pretty
Only
well, I
10
think.
seconds.
Otherwise, they're going to be just stuck in a push fight the entire time.
Ooh. That's a good pick.
Dire team
Yeah,
are
there
now
we go.
picking.
Just blink in, duel someone.
Yeah. Terrorblade runs in and wrecks people while it's going on.
Honestly, Bane hasn't been banned, and I feel like he'd be a good pickup right now by them.
It would be a
Put the
pretty good
Enfeeble
pickup.
on Legion Commander if she jumps in on someone to be able to Nightmare her.
Yeah.
Just stop their initiation. Plus, he can actually initiate fairly well, especially if he gets an early Force Staff or Blink.
Yeah.
Only 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's pretty hard to deal with as soon as he hits level 6, too.
5
He
seconds.
pretty much
Hurry,
dictates that
hurry.
you can't be in your laning phase anymore after that.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Especially if the other
Reserve
team doesn't have a
time.
lot of stun to interrupt him.
Yeah, we got a Weaver, so no real good, really good crowd control going on. We have the Shadow Shaman, but I mean, he is pretty squishy. He can be killed pretty fast in a team fight, I think, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Youngbloods definitely just kind of need to focus certain people in TD5, but it's going to be hard because there's a lot of core people in fights. I mean, Viper's going to be laying down damage, Wraith King, he's going to be dealing damage too, but I don't know if you're actually going to want to hit him because if his ult pops, your team's going to be kind of stuck there, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
actually
He's usually
have
not the guy to focus first.
Just a minute or so
Smoke
now
bot
until
almost
the game
immediately, so
starts.
they're gonna
Patience.
maybe smoke up. It looks like they're joined. They're gonna go invade their jungle. So let's check this out. We have Koru on the Shadow Shaman. We have the Doctor is in on Viper, Evil Potato Guy on the Weaver, and Status Quo on the Leshrac. Sniper Pony, or I assume that's how you're supposed to say it. I haven't asked him.
I thought it was Pinoy.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway,
I could be wrong.
I have no clue. I'm the worst at pronouncing names, so he's on the Wraith King. Looks like they're actually going to run straight into the Sven. Oh, he actually stops over
They have
here.
a Treant scouting in the river too, but it's going to miss him.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Does-
surprised they didn't pop the smoke right away to get down there faster.
Yeah.
They didn't even
Yeah,
use
don't
the
get that
smoke.
movement speed
30
buff.
seconds.
And we do have them catching out
wow.
the Sven. He's going to go down.
Killing begins.
Terribly comes in to try and help. So does the Skywrath Mage, but they're not going to be able to do much. They're just going to walk away, it looks like. So very fast kill going on here. Very fast first blood. Who ended up getting the first blood, actually? Viper did.
Yeah, that's gonna be very tough. I don't know the way lanes are shaping up, but if he goes mid, it's gonna be very hard for it looks like Legion Commander to battle that.
Yeah. And we already have
It's
wards up in the
time for
camps
Fantasy
trying to
World
block out that
avatars
Nature's
to pretend
Prophet.
to murder one another.
We have Braveheart on the Skywrath Mage, Hydra on the Sven. We have Beast Mode on the Terrorblade. We have Impact Slayer on the Legion Commander. And we have Rizar names on the Nature's Prophet. And it looks like he is trying to counter block their camps. Very interesting. So the Nature's Prophet doesn't look like he's jungling though, so he looks like he's going to be the off lane here. I'm not sure if the Terrorblade is also going to be off lane.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is here.
Maybe he's just entirely roaming, going for early kills. Could be.
I mean,
It looks
they're-
like they're going to
they
get
could
this
be.
Weaver killed.
Oh,
They stop chasing, and he is going to Sakuchi out of there.
yeah, this is gonna be a tough lane for the Prophet and Terrorblade. I mean, they don't really have too terribly much synergy together.
Yeah.
I mean, Prophet could still go benefit from the big camp in their in the Radiant jungle and the small and medium camp. But I don't know if putting them together in the lane is going to be too well for their team.
Yeah. And it looks
Sure.
like we have another tri-lane off lane here going on for the Dire.
That's right.
We've been
Leshrac
seeing
just
that.
kind of waiting for an opportunity to jump the lane. So
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
it is a pretty scary lane too. They have so much lockdown.
Yeah.
Impure.
And we have a Weaver solo safe lane, it looks like, for the Dire. Looks like... Whoa, I just screwed up my camera. Looks like
it's an
we
interesting
have... the-
solo choice. What do you guys think of that?
I mean, he is a good solo here. I'm not sure I would have put him in the safe lane, though, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, if they wanted to do this kind of aggressive tri-lane, they probably should have rotated it up to the top lane. It makes it a little safer for the Wraith King, plus it gives them more room to pick off an off-laner. And, I don't know, Weaver doesn't necessarily need the safety of the safe lane, because he can just Shikuchi out, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Possibly so, but actually having the tri-lane in their bottom lane, they have more of an opportunity to shut down the enemy's carry, so...
Yeah, that's true. Plus they have the pushing power now, too, with Leshrac and Shaman. Once they get a couple levels, they could easily take the tier 1 pretty fast,
Mhm.
Sure.
which is probably what their plan is. But now the Prophet's going down there to combat them, so it's going to be a little bit tougher for them. But it's, I don't know, it's kind of a trade-off now because they have heroes that need early XP like the Skywrath and the Leshrac and Shadow Shaman, so it's kind of crippling both their teams right now.
Yeah. But it is good, at least, that they're getting some rotations out. They have brought that Nature's Prophet down bottom here. It does mean, though, that he is going to be leeching XP from their safe lane here. But the Terrorblade is getting some solo off-lane farm, but he's getting quite harassed by the Weaver as a result, it looks like.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
tried.
completely out of regen as well.
Yeah, he tried poking at him, using the reflection on him, but Weaver can just Shikuchi away and he can't touch him. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Terrorblade's gonna get outlaned here, or at least he should.
Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like we have the Nature's Prophet going down. He gets pretty well harassed. He doesn't have a lot of health yet. Let's see what actually went down on him. Yeah, we had the Shackles, we had the Split Earth, we had the Lightning Storm, Earth Ether Shock, Wraithfire Blast, all go out. And Leshrac ended up getting the kill.
Well, now he's just resorting to cliff jungling, so gonna utilize the big camps and get what gold he can. But,
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it's probably good that he's letting the team or his teammates get some XP and gold in lane, but I don't know if cliff jungling's the way to go. It's not going to be fast enough, and he's going to be behind in levels.
Yeah, not necessarily, but the creep camps are starting to spawn again. We have this one here that was blocked before. We also have this one down here. The wards have expired, so they are starting to spawn again. So he could just go farm those ones normally if he wants to. I'm not sure if he has the levels to do that yet, though.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, he's not terribly far behind, but especially if he wants to be active early, he needs to get points in teleportation. It's almost on a minute cooldown at level 1, and that's not going to be able to cut it for the team.
Oh, for sure. Looks like we have an Invis Sven going here. They're going to go on the Viper. Viper's going to take a lot of hits. Is he going to go down, though? He looks like he's going to go down. There he goes. He actually ends up getting killed by a creep. But they're both around, and they get the XP for doing it and the money.
There's just a healing self down mid. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Probably Viper needed some space or something. I don't know. And we have
She's
some
going in to
smoke.
deny it.
We have some smoke Leshracs or Leshracs. We have a smoke Leshrac and Shadow
All the
Shum here.
Leshracs.
They're all Leshracs. The
They
smoke
have
does
the
expire before they get anything off, but they are going to try and get in here and catch out this Terrorblade before he gets away. Shackles go off. Meanwhile, the... Oh, wow, that's a lot of damage already. They have some pretty good nuke damage.
Yeah, they did a good job of chaining their stuns too. Good coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so far Team Dagon look like they're kind of pulling ahead. They're getting the early snowball. They're rotating and kind of catching out the enemy team. So as
Yeah.
of right now, things are going in their favor.
Yep. And we have now the Weaver, the Viper, and the Legion Commander all hitting level 6, so they have their ults now probably. Let's check that out actually. Legion Commander has her ult, Viper has his ult. Let's see who else. Weaver just got his ult, doesn't have the mana for it right now, but he does have it.
They're probably going to get this tier 1, or at least do significant damage to it.
Yeah.
They kind of need to, but the fact that they're getting the early damage on Legion from the duel already, like, the second she got that 6, she got a duel with it, and that's going to help out a lot.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, that's the name of the game with that snowball.
Yeah, for sure.
Radiant's top tower is being
Yeah, and they're not going to be able to defend it at all. They're
Dire's
calling
bottom
actually in
tower
some backup
under
to help
fire.
defend the tier 2, but
Dire have fortified their towers.
I'm not sure that they're actually going to push it that far, are they?
Dire's bottom tower is in pieces.
Looks like we have Leshrac and Viper trying to push the mid tower while this is going on. They're going to send
Radiant's
some
middle
rotation
tower
in
is being
there.
attacked.
Kind of interested by this Leshrac skill build. He doesn't have any
Dire's
points in
bottom
Edict
tower under fire.
yet, but
Yeah,
we'll
that's
talk about that
interesting.
later. It looks like something's going on to bot.
Yeah. We have the Sven go down. Looks like he was shackled. Viper is going to try and go on them as well, slow them down. The Nature's Prophet's getting quite low from auto attacks. Gets stunned, and the stun doesn't even need to proc. He just gets damaged out from that. You're going to try and chase the Legion Commander, but she's going to just walk away. It looks like she's pretty fast. She is out of mana, though, so that's slightly problematic. She might have to go back to base as a result. She has no mana regen items yet.
Yeah, I'd say that whole bottom scrimmage went in favor of Youngblood. I mean, just they got the tier 1, they got the damage on Legion Commander. I mean, who did they lose? Nature's Prophet.
They
mean,
lost
could've-
Nature's Prophet and Sven.
They could have backed out and kind of foregone that entire kill, but overall, I think things went well for them.
Yeah, it went well for them as far as the tower and stuff, but the TD5 also got quite a bit of gold and XP from it, it looks like. But I think it's a decent trade-off in that case. They did get the tower. The tier 2 tower didn't really take much, but they definitely got the tower pretty easily, so
Yeah.
they maybe should have backed off after that.
Well, it looks like they're planning on taking the top tower right now. They have a siege creep and a bunch of treants up there, so
Dire's structures
unless
are
TD5 rotate
fortified.
in,
And it doesn't look
Pretty
like they're going to
soon.
be able to.
Radiant's
Oh, here they
bottom
come
tower
now.
is being
Well, they
attacked.
want to defend it.
Dire's
Three
top
ports
tower
coming
is
in,
under
meanwhile
siege.
two other, or no, just one other walking out there.
Viper with the DD rune.
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
and
ooh,
he's just going to teleport away, so that's not
Yeah.
going to do much.
got that blocked vision from the Sprout, so
Yeah.
Wraith King couldn't come in and stun him up. But I don't know. This Leshrax build, I feel like you should at least have a point or two in Edict by now. They need to be able to counter these pushes. Like the entire time when the Youngblood was bot, he was sitting mid, and without a point in Edict, he couldn't really do anything to the tower.
Yeah,
Just seems problematic that he wouldn't go for a pushing skill if he's not going to go and defend.
yeah, that's true.
Radiant's top
Maybe
tower is
he's
under
going,
siege.
it kind of looks like he's
Dire's
going
middle
straight for
tower taking
just
damage.
ganks. He does have 3 points in the Split Earth and 2 in the Lightning Storm already. Usually you wait for
Radiant's
Lightning
top
Storm till a
tower
bit
is being
later.
attacked.
That's
The
right.
Dire are going to push down this
Radiant's
Radiant
top
tier 1
tower
on
is
the top lane
fallen.
here. And this fan is just going to hang back and,
Dire's middle
I don't know
tower
what he's
is
doing.
being
He's just hanging
attacked.
back. I thought he was going to go defend the creep wave, but he's just kind of sitting. And the mid tier 1 is going to go down
Dire's
on the
middle
Dire
tower
side as
has
well.
fallen.
Lots of towers going down really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, they both have very good early pushing power,
Dire's
so
bottom
it's
Oh,
kind
for
of
sure.
under fire.
expected. But
Wraith
no
King's
6
gonna
on
go
the
try and
Shaman yet,
chase
too.
the Nature's Prophet, but he's just going to sprout and TP away again.
Yeah, both teams need to get the levels up.
For sure.
I mean, Prophet's pretty far behind. He's only level 5 right now, and it's 10 minutes in. Shaman needs to get his 6. Sven just got his. But the main thing is they have that Skywrath ult. That'll be a pretty big in fights. If Legion Commander can duel someone and they get the Mystic Flare off, that's pretty much a guaranteed victory.
Yeah. And actually, the Leshrac, usually Leshrac doesn't go for his Pulse Nova right away, his ult. He usually
Yeah.
waits a bit because it's not useful for him until he can have that nice mana regen that he
That's
needs
true.
to use it.
And he barely
So-
has the mana regen to support what he's doing now, so it'd be kind of
Exactly.
worthless to go for it right away.
And the Shadow Shaman is still 2 levels off of his ult. He's not going to be able to push for a little bit still. He is almost to level 5, actually, I'm saying here, so...
It looks like they're trying to wrap around on mid.
And the Viper is in a little bit of a dangerous place here. He has no tower up, so he has no defense right there. Nature's Prophet is going to sprout him. Viper uses his ult on the Nature's Prophet. The Viper gets dueled, they're all fighting him. Viper is going to go down, but it wasn't fast enough for the duel.
The overkill with that Mystic Flare, though.
Yeah.
Kill secured.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
I mean, they just
Sven
wanted
is
to
a little bit out of
guarantee that they
position here.
got
He's
it.
going to get stunned out. They're going to run it on him. The Sven is going to go down. Meanwhile, the Terrorblade is going to go on the Shadow Shaman. The Wraith King is silenced.
Tower is under siege.
Shadow Shaman is looking like he's going to get away. Terrorblade is going to go down.
Make that 2. Radiant's bottom tower
Legion Commander
under
gets
fire.
shackled. She's going to go down as well. The Wraith King is going to go down, but he's going to reincarnate. He's going to slow up that Nature's Prophet. It's probably going to be enough to kill him right there. He goes down very quickly. Meanwhile, the Viper comes back. It was a long fight.
Yeah, it was long.
Only one up
First
on the
one's
Radiant
white.
is Sven right now. And he is just coming back out from the fountain.
I don't know, as it sits right now, it looks like Youngblood doesn't really have what it takes to take a fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
all the
need to-
abilities coming out from TD5 are kind of putting them in their place right now.
Yeah, they need to pull up their
Radiant
levels a
have
little bit, I
fortified
think.
their towers.
I don't think they have the proper levels or the farm yet to actually take these team fights.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Excuse me. Both the Viper,
Radiant's
actually
middle
the
tower
Viper, the
has
Wraith King,
fallen.
and the Weaver all
Dire's
provide
top
some
tower
good
is
early
under
damage,
siege.
Yeah.
pretty much just innately, so it's hard to deal with.
Dire's top
The Nature's
tower
Prophet is
being
doing some
attacked.
really good pushing though, and he's getting out before they can do anything about him. He needs to get some more points in that teleportation, I think, though.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
is
he still
under
only has the
siege.
1 point in it, so he can't really be everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
you do pick him for that global presence, and if that's not showing up yet, it's kind of putting him at a disadvantage.
He is also a little behind in farm, I think, right now for a Nature's Prophet. He only has 2 null talismans and the power treads so far.
Yeah. I mean,
he needs to be getting some more items because he is pretty item dependent later on.
well, the problem right now is he's going for this null talisman strat, which is kind of, it's more early game oriented. Basically, you want to try and get as many null talismans early so that you have the right click DPS,
Dire's
but
bottom
yeah.
tower
I don't know,
under
going for it now
fire.
doesn't really seem worth it because everyone's already getting more levels, they're getting more health and more armor. He can't really output the damage that's required to take him down, so he just has stat items, and it's not really going to benefit him any later in the game.
Yeah. And they are even for, almost even for towers now. We actually have one more tier 1 up on Radiant still. But other than that, he's not out pushing them really yet, so it's not going to be much use to have him with those null talismans for much longer, I don't think.
TD5 is stacking up the Ancient Camp. I don't know who that's for. Probably, well, I was going to say Viper, but I don't think any of them can take on that 3-stack yet. They'd probably have to work together to get that.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're saving it later on for the Weaver or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Wraith King would probably benefit most from it. He's probably the only one that can take it down solo.
Yeah.
Tis mine.
But there is a lot of gold sitting there, so...
Yeah. I don't think anyone in the game right now could take that by themselves, though, so
Yeah.
I think they're pretty safe leaving it there for now. It looks like top is starting to push into the Radiant side. Looks like we have Terrorblade coming in there to defend that. And actually, we have some stacks going out on the Radiant side as well. With the Ancient Camp here.
Oh gosh, I didn't even notice that. I don't know
All
who these
of
are
the
going to be
Ancients are
for.
stacked. I feel like this is going to mean that whoever this is going to be for on either team, one of them is going to come out and see the other sides and just steal it all at some
Yeah.
point.
I mean, Sven could maybe take it, but he needs a point or two in cleave.
It may be for the Legion Commander. They may be relying on her getting quite a bit of damage later on. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, it's going to be
Does the
hard for her to
cleave-
farm it.
Does the cleave work on the Ancients?
Yeah, the cleave is just a normal cleave, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But
I don't play a lot of Sven, so I don't know.
yeah, it's just typical cleave.
Okay.
But unless they work together, I don't think these are going to be that big of a use right away. And I don't know. I don't know if it's crippling them to stack it up this early, because you could have people farming them right away, just as
Yeah.
1 or 2 stacks, and now they're going for, I think this
Well,
is a 4
especially, like,
stack on the Dire side.
The Nature's Prophet can actually farm the Ancients if they're not stacked pretty early on, so
Yeah,
it'd be
it does.
definitely useful for him at least.
Leshrac did miss the block on Dire side, or the pull,
Oh,
so they still only have a 3 stack, but that's still a lot of golden XP waiting for them.
oh, for sure.
Interesting that Sven now has an Orb of Venom.
Yeah,
Do you
he's
think
had
just
that
picked
for
it
a
up
while.
Value, or is he actually planning on building something like Scotty?
I'm not sure.
I doubt he would. It's probably just kind of a quick
Just
slow.
a value item? Sure.
Yeah, keep people closer to him.
Invisibility.
Invis-room pickup by this Legion Commander. Looks like they want to do Roche, but I'm not sure. I don't think they'd be able to handle it yet.
No, they probably wouldn't. TD5 might be able to with the Vampiric Aura coming out,
Yeah, I
plus
was
the
gonna
damage,
say.
but
Radiant's bottom tower
yeah, they just
under
want this
fire.
tower. I don't know, well, they did have Vision of the Legion, so they should kind of be playing this
Radiant
cautiously.
structures are
Yeah,
Legion
and there
could just
we
be
do-
walking in right now.
Yeah, we do
Radiant's
have the point in
bottom tower is
Diabolic
being
Edict going
attacked.
on now, so that's going to melt the tower pretty fast. They do have the wards out here, though,
Radiant's
so
bottom
that's
tower has
a little
fallen.
bit safer, but
Yeah. Did they glyph that tower? I wasn't really paying attention.
they did glyph the tower while the Diabolic
Okay.
Edict was going on, so it didn't outright kill it.
I was gonna say, I always get frustrated when I see teams not glyphing tier 1s anymore.
Yeah, a
It's
lot of
like-
people still haven't figured out the change.
Yeah, it's like you can stop them from pushing for like 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's that much more time that you have to react to their push and try and stop it.
For sure. And they're going to push this one into tier 2, actually. That's going to be problematic for the Radiant. Because they don't... Oh, actually, they do have everyone here now. They just got everyone here.
If they can take a fight, they can melt this tower pretty fast. They still have the Shaman wards up.
Yeah. And it looks like we're getting Shadow Shaman killed in that duel there. Mystic Flare comes out just for good measure. The Legion Commander does go down right after. We have the Wraith King going to be reincarnating here. He's going to slow everyone up.
Double damage. Mega kill.
Skywrath is also going to go down. Nature's Prophet down. We have that Split Earth coming out. The Weaver is maybe going to go down here. He time lapses and then Sakuchi's away, but he is going to have some pathing issues, it looks like. Not sure it was a good decision to stay here.
No.
Weaver is also going to go down.
That was a
Wraith King
poor
did go
choice.
down. I think I missed that one too.
The Weaver tried to man mode the Terrorblade, who was in Metamorphosis, and he actually used his medallion on him. I don't know. That was a very silly decision on his part.
Under fire.
Yeah.
I like to call it brave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think I would try to man mode a Terrorblade ever. He's pretty hard to kill.
Yeah. Did anyone happen to catch who Terrorblade sundered? I saw the animation go off, but I didn't even see any health changes. I don't.
Yeah,
really
they
know
were
what
all
happened.
clustered together, so I was kind of scrambling to figure it out. I did notice it go off, but other than that, I didn't see who actually got
At
sundered.
the time I looked, it looked like everyone was pretty close to full health. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might have been one of the people who were running away. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that was actually a really good fight for Youngblood.
A tithe to the impurities.
Possibly be able to start snowballing back from this, and they did secure the kill on the Legion, and the more they do that, the harder it's going to be for her, for TD5 to defend against her.
Although she did get that duel off before she died, so I mean, you got to stop those duels from happening too on her, otherwise she will still snowball,
Yeah.
even if she's dying after. We have the Ancients being farmed now, it looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like the Diabolic Edict is going off. I'm not sure that that damages them.
It does. It's physical now that they switched it
Oh,
from
that's
composite.
right.
But
I always forget the change to physical now. It's not composite
he only
anymore.
has 1 point in it though, so it's not going to take him down too terribly fast. But
Yeah,
I think
it's
he's
gonna
just
take
trying to
quite a
help
while.
he's just trying to help the Viper chip away at him.
Yep.
But it looks like the Radiant side is also going after their stack, and they're cutting it down much more efficiently.
Yeah. The thing you also have to remember about the changes, it's not just that it's physical now, it's that they changed the way spell immunity works entirely. It just says on the spell now whether it goes through.
Yeah.
So,
So it
really
fully
nice.
damages them.
yeah. So there are actually physical spells now that don't go through magic immunity, as far as I know. Because they just changed the way that works entirely.
Yeah. Which is nice. It makes it a lot easier to understand.
It makes it more obvious, too. Like,
Treant Prophets are just walking top. They just walk by the Wraith King. now they're doubling back. I don't really know what he's doing with these.
I think it's bad micro because he has some mid too, and he's I think just control clicking.
Yeah.
So they're just walking straight at it. We're part of things too.
They are scouting them out in the jungle though. So.
The Weaver is actually killing them.
Yeah, the Prophet is. Oh, he was going in on it. He probably decided to turn around. I don't know if he could really do much against the Weaver.
Yeah. Let's see. The Prophet is actually quite behind the Weaver in level. I don't think it would be smart to go on him.
Yeah. Has Shadow Shaman actually cast his ult yet? I haven't seen it pop.
I haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah, they need to. I mean, either he's playing just really cautiously and doesn't want to burn it, or they need to kind of commit to something because it's a very strong ult, whether it's for a team fight or taking a tower.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's saving up quite a bit of money. I don't know if he's going to be going for a blink right away. I mean, since I was going to say eggs, but since he doesn't have one of the components bought already, he's probably just going to save up for that blink.
Yeah. Oh, we saw Shadow Shaman get a Shadow Blade the other day. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. But I don't think that'd be a wise choice this game, considering they already have a Weaver and we have seen Youngblood buy some detection already, so...
Yeah. To give the Shadow Shaman the benefit of the doubt, he did die right away last fight. He got dueled immediately.
Yeah.
He went
Although he
straight
did
down.
pick up the Blink Dagger.
Yay.
Yeah, he got the blink. There we
This
go.
will give him a lot more safety in fights. He can kind of hang back and jump in and provide the crowd control as needed.
Yeah.
So it'll make him survive longer. And it was a good call on Youngblood's part to take him out right away, considering he provides that much lockdown and DPS. So
I have seen also a Shadow Shaman go full-on split push with a Blink Dagger and his wards. We have
Oh, yeah?
smoke coming out here from the Dire side. Looks like they're going to try and walk in there, but I don't think they know that they're all right there in the jungle. This is going to be probably bad for them.
Oh, they're probably going to get one.
They think they're catching someone out, but they're all going to converge on them. They get one person. Stun comes out. Here goes the duel. Dueling the Weaver. The Weaver is not... Oh, the Weaver does go down just in time. Again, the Legion Commander goes down right after, though. Looks like we have someone running away. Terrorblade TPing out. Meanwhile, Dire's going to continue to change the Skywrath. He's going to go down.
More death, double kill.
That was a really, really bad fight for Youngblood.
Yeah, that was not a good fight. The only
Yeah,
benefit I
great
think
fight
they
for
got from it,
TD5.
they got one
Dire's
kill on the
top
Weaver
tower
and
is
they
being
got
attacked.
a duel win, but that's not going to be enough to counteract that. It's nearly
Yeah.
a team wipe.
Well, the thing that concerns me now is Shadow Shaman's not even bot. I mean, they might not need him to push, especially since they do have Leshrac down there, but he's not using his ultimate at all. And I mean, you pick him. I mean, a lot of why you pick him is for that.
And he's actually being caught up by the Nature's Prophet now. He's not going to be able to get away. His Blink Dagger is on cooldown. Oh, and he
It
stops
looks like
chasing when he
his-
sees the teleport.
His auto attack just kind of stopped. It looked like he was going for it, and then it got canceled,
Oh.
which sucks.
Yeah.
Almost had him.
It was one hit away.
Like I said, though, the Shadow Shaman may just be going for this full split push strategy.
Yeah.
I've seen it work quite well. It's very hard to deal with. It's a lot like a Tinker split push.
Yeah.
But, you know, it works very differently. You have to commit to the wards, obviously. You can't
And
just...
he hasn't been doing that yet, so I don't know
Yeah.
how that's working. But I don't know. It's gonna be hard for him to deal with that because you can just get jumped on by the Prophet like he just did, or by the Legion Commander. So even if he does try that, I feel like he'll kind of get countered.
Yeah.
But
There is a lot of farming going on in this game, too.
yeah. I mean, I said it before that the Prophet's build was kind of silly. The fact that he picked up the two null talismans, but he can port in and get their supports pretty quickly as long as they don't have any backup. So, I mean, if he's pretty squishy in fights still, but if he tries to jump on someone and pick him off, he might be able to.
Yeah. I'm actually just noticing that I can't see someone's camera, so I'm not sure where someone's looking on the map. Who's looking at top right now?
That's me.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at Legion Commander in the Radiant Jungle right now.
Yeah, I can't see where your camera is for some reason. Maybe it only supports 2.
Yeah. But I was just thinking, if Shaman would have committed the wards up there on that Nature's Prophet, do you think he would have been able to get him?
I think he might have been able to get him. I think he would have died in the process, though.
Yeah, he had all of his abilities on cooldown though. I think if he would have dropped the wards and then did a Sheep and then Shackle, he probably could have turned it, especially since he did have support come in. So, that again,
Yeah.
he's too hesitant with his wards and he doesn't want to use them. Which, I mean, I get that. You don't want to blow such a huge ultimate, but you gotta use it, especially in those kind of crucial moments.
Yeah, we have some smoke coming out from the Dire again. It looks like they have a plan of how to go. But I'm not sure they're going to actually catch someone out this way. It looks like they're actually wandering in the other direction purely by accident. So
Yeah, I think they were just fishing.
Yeah. Actually, they're going to catch out the Skywrath here. They're going to get him down before his team realizes. Quick kill.
I don't think they need to back off from this. They still have, like, everything. Viper Strike's already off cooldown. They can just do it again.
Yeah, they may not need to, but on the other hand, they don't have vision of the rest of the team. So...
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, what do they really have to be scared of right now? Especially with the Skywrath down, if Legion ults, they really don't have any way of bursting them down that fast.
Well, I mean, especially considering, look at what happened last time they did that. They were completely caught off guard by the entire Radiant team being in that
Yeah.
jungle already, and they won.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, they're definitely ahead. I think they need to be maybe just 5-man pushing at this point.
Yeah. We better see the Shaman wards here, otherwise I'm gonna get
Radiant's
angry.
middle
Oh,
tower-
There we go.
I think that's the first
Right
time
away.
we've seen
Radiant
him.
have fortified their towers.
And we actually have the Diabolic Edict
Dire's
going off
bottom
already.
tower under fire. Radiant's
Terrorblade
middle
is going to
tower
go down.
Dominating.
Wraith King Tops is reincarnate. I think at this point they should also maybe be doing Roche. The Dire team should. They probably could handle it at this point, I think.
Dire's bottom tower is
We have that nice Hex coming out there, actually. Legion
No
Commander
more
goes
middle
down.
tower for Radiant.
Unfortunate Sprout going out there. Everyone got stuck in it. Always feels good when you
Radiant's
Sprout
middle
multiple
tower
people.
is taking damage.
Oh, it looks like they're not even going to try and defend. I was just going to say they might not be able to push the high ground, but with Legion and Terrorblade down,
Radiant's
Yeah.
they
middle
really can't
tower
do
is
anything
being
about
attacked.
it.
Yeah, the Sven hasn't come online a whole lot, I don't think. He has his BKB, but that's about all he's built so far, really.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage. No more middle tower.
I don't know.
for
I think right
Radiant.
now, if they wanted to secure the victory on the Dire side, they could just go and take that Roche right away.
Yeah.
I mean,
If they
I
took
don't-
that right now, I think they'd be able to push, another set of towers.
Yeah, and
They
I
would
mean,
be
they
able to
don't.
take racks.
Youngblood doesn't really have a way of stopping it either. So,
Invisibility.
I mean,
They
what are
may
they going to
actually
do?
be
Walk into the
gold.
pit and then just get killed by them?
Yeah. They may be going to check it out here. I'm not
golden
sure.
thread.
No, just the rune. Okay.
I don't know. Roche is one of those things. If you get it, it secures. It can help secure your position a lot, but it is kind of hard to do, especially if you're kind of concerned with necessarily throwing it. I mean, if you go and take the Roche and the enemy team jumps you by surprise, it could rubber band the game back in the other team's
Oh, yeah.
favor. So it's a pretty
Definitely
big
gonna be
risk.
swing.
And we do have Roche warded by both teams, so it's pretty risky. So
Yeah. I mean, Leshrac does have the sentry, so if they wanted to go take it out, but even them dewarding kind of sets up a red flag for Youngblood, so...
yeah. Although if they could keep it consistently dewarded, they would have a hard time knowing when they're going to Roche. So,
Yeah.
Be bound.
but it's definitely a huge red flag right away. They're gonna catch out the Skywrath here. He's gonna go down right away.
Accordance with ownage.
Skywrath, I think, needs to be sticking with his team more often. Unfortunately, it looks like the rest of the Radiant team is spending a lot of time farming, so it's hard to stick with them.
Yeah. I would have liked to see like a smoke gank or something come out earlier with Legion and Skywrath. I mean, the amount of damage that he can put out early,
Yeah, for sure.
like, they should have just been sticking together and farming dual wins, but... I mean, I guess they got a lot of pressure to deal with from the pushing in of the tier 1 towers, sorry.
And he may be caught out here. The Sprout is gonna... Oh, no, they don't have the stun for it.
Yeah,
But
they
I was
don't
gonna say,
have
the
any
Sprout is
left.
gonna end before his teleport's done. And it did right slightly before, but he got out.
Yeah, Leshrac actually doesn't have any mana right now, so...
Dire's bottom tower has been
But
denied.
they got the deny, so...
Bastard.
Trying
He
to-
also has a soul ring, so he's got
Oh,
options.
that's true.
Yeah, he also has
Dire's
that
middle
Soul
tower
Booster.
taking damage.
He's going to finish his... That's the new recipe for the Bloodstone, by the way, so...
Oh yeah, I
Dire's
was like,
middle
he's not
tower
even
is
close to
being
getting it.
Yeah, he just needs the recipe, actually.
Thus entered into a state of ownage.
And meanwhile, Wraith King kills the Nature's Prophet. The Nature's Prophet is not tanky enough to deal with him, it seems like. Looks like he is going for maybe... What is...
Orchid.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an Orchid. I see in his stash now. I was going to say, what else does the Oblivion staff build into? But-
Refresher.
Yeah.
Refresher Prophet. So many trees, man. He ports into
Also,
a
that double Wrath of Nature. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, that actually is
That's no
pretty
joke.
decent, but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
it
double
doesn't
trees
work
will...
with the spells that much, though.
Other than like the double trees, I could see that being an interesting cheese strategy. You could definitely push down a tower interestingly that way. So
Yeah.
many trees on it.
I mean, if you're trying to cheese, you might as well just go full push Prophet and get the,
Yeah.
the Maelstrom and everything. Sinking that much gold into an item that doesn't necessarily do that much for you.
The thing with Nature's Wrath or whatever it is, Wrath of Nature, it is. It looks like they actually did just deward the Dire, the Radiant dewarded the Dire here.
They must be scared about them thinking about going into Roche, so
Yeah.
if they can deny the enemy or the Dire team vision of it, it kind of makes it scarier for them to commit to it.
Yeah, for sure. I did lose my train of thought though. There's something about... Oh yeah, the Wrath of Nature with the Refresher. Even if you get it, it's not very helpful unless you can have some kind of follow-up to it.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough to outright kill people.
Yeah, and I mean, thinking about that too, if they would have coupled Wrath of Nature better with Legion Commander, I mean, that's a lot of burst damage if you think about it, and if it's
Oh, yeah.
positioned right, so... I don't know, the coordination just doesn't seem to be there, and Legion, she was active right away when she got her 6, but there's just been too much pressure on the map, and she hasn't really been able to pick people off and do her job.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it looks like we have Dire wanting to smoke up and come into the jungle again. Have some drawing going out on the map here.
Yeah, I think Dire's activity on the map is probably what's going to secure their victory.
Yeah, it also looks like they have a lot of communication going out with all these smokes and the drawing on the map.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no way of knowing. I wish I could hear them sometimes because it'd be easier to figure out what's going on here.
Now, sentries do not show smoked units, correct?
No, only hero-controlled units can do that.
Okay. So they don't know at all, even though they had that sentry. This poor Skyrath.
Killing
Yeah.
spree.
That's actually
Just
one of the most
keeps-
powerful things about smokes is that the sentry or any ward will give you a false sense of security about it.
Yeah. Oh, and we have the Legion Commander going to get a dual win against the Weaver here.
That's good.
So she's stolen 48 damage so far.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, though, it's not that pivotal.
Yeah, she would need to have a lot more damage stolen at this point. She needs
Yeah.
to. She needs to really. I mean, I know she's been farming, but she really needs to be farmed up at this point to pass them somehow.
Yeah, because, I mean, when you think about it, all she's getting is pure damage. When you look at something, like, she's doing almost as much as the Wraith King is, but he has a Deso, he has an Armlet, he has those things that can help him out, so...
Yeah. And we have the wards coming out. They're going to take their Rex with this, it looks like.
Radiant
Taking the
structures are
ranged Rex
fortified.
first, but they are going to be fortified.
Yeah, they must be scared about committing, but they're cleaning
Yeah.
out those wards.
Looks like the track is... No, he's going to get away just barely.
And wicked.
Shadow Shaman is going to...
Dominant.
They're all really, really low, but they're getting out of it. I'm so surprised.
Kill. A double slaughter.
Wraith King uses Reincarnation, but he is going to go down again, it looks like. There goes the Shadow Shaman. Leshrac comes back for a second. He's going to take some more damage.
Ooh,
He denies
denied.
himself.
Oh, Weaver, what are you
Weaver
doing,
is
baby?
back here. He's going to
Oh,
die.
why? Why? What was that?
So YOLO.
I don't
Like,
think
they
that
might
was
just
the
be
best
throwing
decision.
this.
Yeah.
They might actually just be throwing this. They're just feeding the Terrorblade at this point, and that's not something you want to do.
Yeah, I think the Weaver... I mean, that's the second time the Weaver's gone in solo on the Terrorblade. I think he may just be underestimating the power of that Terrorblade.
Right. I just want to point out, Terrorblade's level 21 right now. The highest other levels are 17 on the Weaver and Wraith King.
He also
Like-
has a huge gap on his net worth. He's definitely
Yeah.
far ahead.
And that was a very poor decision on TD5's part. This could very well be throwing the game for him. I mean, look at how much this one illusion is just pushing mid. And
Yeah.
it's causing Leshrac to spam out his abilities and take quite a bit of damage, so...
It's definitely creating a lot of space.
Yeah.
The Sven is farming. It looks like the Legion Commander is farming.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Yeah, I mean,
Skywrath is
At
mid
this
again. He
point-
may be caught out here.
at this point, it's going to be pretty much up to Terrorblade and maybe Legion Commander, because if you do look at the hero levels, it's pretty much a big gap, and Sven, Skyrath, and Nature's Prophet are all on the bottom of it, but...
Dire's top tower
I was
is
just looking
being
at the
denied.
Terrorblade illusions here,
Bastards.
farming the ancient camp by themselves.
Oh god.
Um,
This is why you don't let him alone. I mean, he's been
Yeah.
involved in fights and stuff, but they really haven't picked him off too terribly much, so...
Well, that's
I
what
don't
the
know.
Weaver was trying to do.
I suppose.
I
I
guess-
wouldn't do it by myself, though.
Yeah.
And it looks like Terrorblade is actually going for an Eye of Skady. He has 2 ultimate orbs, and in his inventory he has the Orb of Venom.
This will
Yeah.
do nicely.
And it looks like
Oh,
we're
they
calling
want
out for a
Roche.
Roche here. It is warded by both teams again, so they want to be careful. They do see, it looks like
Yeah.
them coming in. I'm not sure what gave them vision, but
Ooh,
she
Terrorblade has an invis.
gets out of there right away.
I don't know. The fact that the Weaver wanted to solo a Terrorblade that was in Metamorphosis and had like 5 illusions. I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess
Terrorblade
that
is hard to deal with.
Oop, here we go. Maybe. Alright.
Come on, Weaver. Figure
Oh!
it out. Oh,
Oh, she's
just barely. Oh,
happened?
she's going down.
That was really close.
Shadow Shaman's getting a bit risky here.
I don't know why she didn't port out. She was sitting down there for a good amount of time. She probably could have got the port off to base.
Maybe.
Dire's
Maybe
top
she thought
tower
she
is
tricked
being
him.
attacked.
Well, I
Not
mean, if
sure.
they did end up initiating, Terrorblade could have came from the front, and then Legion could have came in from behind and kind of picked off the Shadow Shaman. Got an easy duel win, so...
Oh, for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower
But I
is
can't
being
help but
attacked.
noticing right now that oh, one of them just expired. They used to have a ward just here. The Dire did. They have one up
Radiant's
here.
bottom tower
They
under
have one over
fire.
here. They have that entire side of the map controlled right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they put a new one
Radiant's
up where the
bottom
one just
tower is
expired.
demolished.
Yeah. I mean, what they need to do now is just get a pick off on that
Dire's
Terrorblade.
middle
It might be
tower
hard,
taking
but
damage.
he's the one that's gonna be able to pull Youngblood back into this, and if they don't stop him now, it's just gonna get harder and harder.
For sure. And he has that Manta too, in addition to the other illusions. He's pretty hard to deal with at this point.
Yeah. And if he walks into that Roche pit, he might be able to do some work. They do still have the Rasta wards, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're not going to get there anywhere near in time to defend this Roche.
Roshan
Yeah.
has fallen to the Dire.
Wraith King ends up taking the Aegis. That's going to be really hard to kill now. Kill him 3 times.
Yeah, it looks like
We're denying
Terrorblade
the
popped the
tower here.
Metamorphosis a little early, expecting to go into the fight, but he
Dire's
didn't get any
middle
use
tower
out of it,
has been denied.
which sucks considering how long the cooldown is on it.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Viper struck a range
Wait.
creep instead of the Prophet.
It looks like he might have had those from before. Maybe they were his Manta illusions? Because he... Oh, no, I was looking at his illusion. My bad. I was going to say it wasn't on cooldown. I was so confused.
Yeah. I don't know. What item do you think Wraith King could get at this point? I mean, he needs to get something that can help him. And he's not really a good divine carrier. I mean, he would do well if he picked one out, but I feel like he needs something else.
I feel like even if he picked one up, though, he would end up losing it at some point. He has died quite a bit.
Yeah,
I
especially
mean-
with Sunder. If something bad happens there and you Sunder someone that's low and take their health, you could
Yeah.
just kind of throw it away. I think if he got a butterfly or something, it would help out a lot, just not being able to hit him. They do
Yeah,
have a lot
this-
of physical damage dealers, so...
Yeah. We have this illusion bait going on. Leshrac looks like he was falling for it a bit. He casts some abilities. And, you know, the other half of it, maybe they're just still not used to having Terrorblade in Captain's mode.
Yeah, I mean, even in pubs, if he played, he kind of fell off. Everyone just kind of got on the hype of Terrorblade, but it looks
Yeah.
like Shadow Shaman's getting jumped right now. He should have warded.
Looks
No,
like
they're probably
Nature's
gonna get
Prophet's
the
going to
kill
be in a
anyway.
bad spot here. He's going to go straight down here, too.
I like how the Shaman dusted him, even though he doesn't have a Shadow Blade yet.
I mean,
Probably
it slows
supposed to
him
have
at
it.
least.
Wait, dust actually slows?
It-
Oh my
it
god,
slows
I didn't
slightly.
know that. It
Yeah.
has a 15% slow, I did not know that.
It's not a lot, but it's enough to notice when you're trying to run away.
Yeah.
Really gets on your nerves.
It's a utility dust.
Yeah.
We don't need the vision, we just need the slow.
Yeah, and the Skywrath Mage I'm noticing actually has a Rod of Atos. I'm not sure on that decision because he hasn't been in the position to chase people down so much yet.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have got on him. Maybe a Shiva's Guard or something like that. It still gives the slow, but it gives him a lot more armor, makes him a bit tankier.
And gives a ton of intelligence.
Yeah, which is what he desperately needs most, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and this Leshrac has his Bloodstone, 7 charges on it. Looks
I
like
know.
he's also going to go for an Eggs.
Radiant have
Double
fortified
Bloodstone.
their
It's like they're
towers.
committing.
Sven is going to go down. They have a lot of auto attack damage here. They're going to catch out the Skywrath as
Double
well.
kill.
Looks like they're going to turn their attention to the Legion Commander. She is not going to take much damage, actually. The Terrorblade is here also to help. They pop one reincarnation of the Wraith King. He also pops his Aegis now.
Ooh, wow.
It did give a win to the Legion Commander from that.
I don't know if Terrorblade might be able to turn this around if he does it right.
Terrorblade is doing a lot of damage already.
Ooh.
He's gonna have to figure out how to sunder. Oh, he doesn't end up sundering, does he?
No,
Or did
he
get
used
it
it.
up?
He used it on the Red King, but that was a
Oh.
pretty bad choice.
Under attack.
Alright.
Ooh, he's
Radiant's
immediately
middle
stunned up.
barracks has fallen. Twice the murder.
He is man-moding this right now. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't really defend much. I think TD5, their best bet would probably just to be man-mode it down a lane, get all the racks that they can, and then just end it.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a good lead, but this Terrorblade is scary. They took down the Wraith King 3 times. And if
Yeah.
they didn't have the Aegis, this would have been a lot harder.
And unfortunately, the Terrorblade did buy back to do that, so he didn't get any gold as a result. It's just overall loss for him on gold.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so that's kind of a downer for him. He did do quite well. He did defend, but the Rex are down anyway.
So
Go
I have a
ahead.
thought. What if Terrorblade got a Diffusal Blade? I feel like, I don't know, it might not be the best on him because his illusions are already strong, but the fact that he's up against the Wraith King, if he can get the mana drain before he can pop Reincarnation, it might actually like swing the game that much. Because right now they're kind of dependent on the slow and the fact that Wraith King actually comes back again.
Yeah.
So if they can kind of take that away from him and put them in a pretty bad position.
I think it would have been good before, but he does have the Skady already, and that won't stack with the Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
earlier on, before he built the Skady, I think the Diffusal Blade might have been a good decision. It would definitely have wrecked the Reincarnation on that.
Yeah. I don't even know how much mana burn it does, but
Well,
with all
considering
those
how fast
illusions
he
pounding
attacks,
on
though,
him.
yeah, and it procs on each illusion, so every single attack from those illusions is going to reduce it.
yeah.
And he doesn't have a huge mana pool to begin with. He only has 702.
Yeah,
So
and
it
Wraith King
stacks
doesn't
really
have
quickly.
anything to give his mana back. A lot of times, well, I guess when you're up against someone that can take your mana, you typically keep like a soul ring or a magic wand or something that you can pop right before you die, but
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, not being up against a typical Diffusal Blade carrier, he didn't really have to worry about it, and he's not gonna have to worry about it probably this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Skywrath Mage is not having a good time. He's
Oh.
extremely far behind on net worth. We have action going on here on an illusion. That's not
Oh,
good.
she almost dueled it.
Yeah, she was ready. But anyway, yeah, the Skywrath Mage, he's behind in level and he's behind in gold right now. He's not having a very good time, and as a result, he's getting killed all the time. He's 3 behind the next lowest person in level. It's only level
Sven.
13. Yeah. And Sven is actually going to pop his BKB here.
It's key.
Key baking.
No, I don't know.
But he's not going to get away. He goes down pretty easily.
They could probably just push an end right here while one's down.
Mm-hmm. We should have Roche coming back up soon. Let's check that. Yeah, just a little bit left. A little over a minute.
I have no idea how to read that timer.
Each tick is a minute.
Oh, okay. It's so confusing.
Yeah.
Ooh, Prophet
Yeah,
might be
people
going down top.
have complained about that a lot. Oh, she doesn't get the duel off, though. But he's
Oh.
back here. Oh,
There is scrimmage
going
is going
straight
on.
down.
Yeah, Prophet got picked off top and Legion got picked down off in mid, so
we have the Terrorblade actually canceling his TP, it looks like.
yeah, not looking good. TD5 should just push in, get a couple lanes of racks and end it.
Excuse me.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I think they would be able to right now. I mean, especially right now.
yeah, Terrorblade is scary, but you can lock them down and do the damage. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
their hard hitters aren't doing nuke damage, they're doing physical burst damage, so
I mean, and he can't Sunder if he's locked down, so...
yeah.
And they have a lot of lockdown. They can chain, let's see, 1, 2 on the Shadow Shaman just by himself.
Yeah, he does
After
still have an
that-
8-second BKB though, so he could kind of counteract that, but
Yeah,
if they can get in there and do some damage to the tower and Raxes, just be securing their position.
yeah. It looks like they're going to try and push bottom tower here. Radiant is starting to come back up though and defend. But all of that Skady effect going on here.
Radiant structures are fortified. Quite a spree.
We have the Sven go down almost immediately again. Everyone's getting hurt though. Wraith King is going to respawn. The tower goes down in the meantime. Everyone's stuck in the Sprout.
That was
Legion
a
Commander
clutch
is
Sprout.
dueling someone. I can't tell who it is. She gets the win though.
I don't think that victory's gonna help them too much though.
Yeah.
I would expect Youngblood to tap out soon.
Radiant's
They're not gonna
Yeah.
be able to defend.
Radiant's bottom
That's their
barracks
second
are
racks down.
Yeah,
Yep, there's the
there it goes.
GG
Make
call.
there two.
We
Yeah.
have at the last minute Skywrath Mage buying a Gem of
A
True
gem.
Sight.
Gotta stop that Weaver, dude.
Radiant's middle
Yeah.
tower has fallen.
And maybe that Prophet. Oh wait, Prophet's on his team. I was gonna say, Prophet still doesn't have a Shadow Blade, even though they've been preemptively dusting him.
Well, and he does
But-
still have the 2 null talismans.
Yeah.
Radiant's
I don't know, it was
It
just
looks like they canceled the GG call, though. I'm not sure what the decision on that was. Here it comes out again.
well, the throne's gonna blow up soon anyway, so
Yeah, there it goes.
drip.
I don't know. It was just definitely a good early game from TD5. They rotated in, got that early first blood. They were around the map getting ganks off and kind of securing their farm, so
Yeah, for sure.
kind of sad that we didn't get to see the Terrorblade stomp like we all wanted to, but he did pretty well, so
Yeah, he was doing pretty good.
Yeah, only one who made level 25.
yeah. I didn't even realize Legion actually didn't get any of the kills. She just got the victories. Everyone else kind of assisted, but that's kind of expected, I guess, when you have a Skywrath mage
Yeah.
doing that much burst damage to a target. So